Have you ever wondered why Libras always seem to be in a constant internal battle? Why does this sign, so eager for balance, live in constant conflict with itself? The answer lies in the 5 internal conflicts every Libra faces throughout life. And the most incredible thing is that each of these conflicts carries a profound lesson that the universe wants to teach. If you're a Libra or know someone of this sign, you need to watch until the end. Because once you understand these conflicts, you'll discover that they're not flaws, but powerful tools for spiritual growth. Those who leave now miss the chance to understand why these internal dilemmas are actually blessings in disguise. What if I told you that every conflict you face as a Libra is an invitation from the universe to become a wiser, more balanced version of yourself? Let's discover together what these 5 conflicts are and what they really mean. The conflict between pleasing and being authentic. Every Libra knows this struggle. On one hand, there's an almost physical need to keep everyone happy, to avoid conflict, to be liked by everyone. On the other, there's an inner voice screaming to be heard, to express one's true opinions, even if it displeases someone. Imagine this. You're at a family gathering and someone makes a comment that completely contradicts your values. Your first instinct is to swallow hard and agree to keep the peace. But inside something stirs. You feel like you're betraying yourself, that you're being disingenuous. This tension can last for days, even weeks. The universe uses this conflict to teach something fundamental. That true balance doesn't come from pleasing everyone, but from finding the point where you can be authentic without being aggressive. The lesson is learning that you can disagree with love, that you can maintain your individuality without destroying relationships. It's discovering that people respect someone who's authentic more than someone who always agrees. The conflict between deciding quickly and analyzing all options. If there's one thing that tortures a Libra, it's having to make decisions. Any decision, from choosing what to have for lunch to deciding on a career path. You become paralyzed because you see all sides of the issue, all the possibilities, all the pros and cons. And the more you analyze, the harder it becomes to decide. At work, when your boss asks for a quick response on a project, you panic. You need time to weigh everything, to consider how your decision will affect everyone involved. But the world doesn't wait. And then comes the anxiety, the feeling that you'll never be able to choose the perfect option. The universe is trying to teach you that there's no such thing as a perfect decision. That life is made up of imperfect choices that lead us exactly where we need to be. This conflict exists so you can learn to trust your intuition, to discover that sometimes it's better to make a good decision now than a perfect one later. Wisdom lies in accepting that mistakes are also part of the journey. If you're enjoying discovering these secrets about the Libra universe, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any astrology content. And tell me in the comments, which city are you watching from? I love knowing where our astrology friends are located across Brazil. The conflict between seeking justice and keeping peace. Libras have a keen sense of justice. When they see something wrong, something unfair, they feel genuine outrage. They want to act, they want to make amends, they want to defend those who are being harmed. But at the same time, they hate conflict. And so the dilemma arises. Fight for justice or maintain harmony. You witness an unfair situation at work. Someone is being treated unequally, is suffering discrimination. Your Libra soul revolts, wanting to do something. But you also know that raising your voice will create conflict, disrupting the dynamics of the environment. And you hate it. You're torn between your conscience and your need for peace. The universe wants to show you that there is a greater justice that goes beyond superficial harmony. That sometimes, to create true peace, you need to go through moments of imbalance. This conflict teaches you that you can be a warrior for justice using your best weapons. Diplomacy, the ability to see all sides, and the ability to build bridges. You don't have to choose between justice and peace. You can create both. The conflict between independence and partnership. Libras are symbolized by the scales, but they are also ruled by Venus, the planet of relationships. This creates an interesting tension. They deeply value partnerships, but they also need to maintain their individuality. It's as if they want to be two and one at the same time. In romantic relationships, this becomes very clear. You love being with your partner, you love sharing your life, making decisions together. But sometimes you feel like you're losing your identity, that you're becoming obsolete. Or when you're single, you feel profoundly alone, as if you're incomplete. It's a constant emotional back and forth. The universe's lesson here is about healthy interdependence. That you can be complete alone and even richer in the company of someone special. This conflict teaches you that healthy relationships aren't about completing each other, but about two complete beings choosing to walk together. It's learning that you can be deeply connected without losing your unique essence. The conflict between idealism and reality. Libras are natural dreamers. They see the world as it could be: beautiful, fair, balanced, harmonious. They have a clear vision of how everything should work perfectly. But then reality knocks on the door, raw and imperfect. And this generates deep frustration, a feeling that the world always falls short of what it should be. In everyday life, this manifests itself in many ways. You have a beautiful idea for a project at work and visualize how perfect everything will be. But during execution, problems, limitations, and people who don't share your vision arise. The difference between what you dreamed and what you achieved leaves you discouraged. The universe is teaching you that ideals are not meant to be achieved, but to guide us. That beauty lies precisely in the journey between what is and what can be. This conflict exists so you can learn that you can keep your dreams high while working with your feet on the ground. That each small step toward your ideal is already a victory worthy of celebration. Now you understand why being a Libra sometimes seems so complicated. These 5 internal conflicts aren't punishments. They're gifts from the universe. Every tension you feel, every dilemma you face, is shaping you into a wiser, more balanced, more complete person. The universe chose you to carry this inner balance because it knows you have the unique ability to transform conflicts into harmony, divisions into bridges, problems into solutions. Your inner conflicts are your tools for spiritual growth. So the next time you feel torn between two options, remember, you're not indecisive, you're being cautious. When you feel like you need to please everyone, remember, you're not weak, you're diplomatic. When reality doesn't match your ideals, remember, you're not naive, you're visionary. Which of these conflicts resonates most with you? Which of these lessons from the universe arrived at the right time in your life? Reflect on this and allow these dilemmas to lead you ever closer to the balanced and wise person you were born to be.